Hi everyone, I'm Tom, and this is Rach, and we're going to be playing Aeon's End Into the Wild, carrying on our campaign. We're into Chapter 3 now, where we have just found a breach mage that we've been looking for, and we're going to go up against the Nemesis and all that good stuff. Everything that I do pretty much is supported by Patreon, all the wonderful patrons that make it all happen. Thank you everyone that supports us. If you are able to and you fancy it, then pop into patreon.com/slickerdrips, and every little helps to keep this going and do more of it. And if you don't want to sign up to Patreon, then you could chuck us a tip on Ko-fi if you like as well. There are no charges for us on Ko-fi. It's brilliant. But yes, thanks to everyone for all that you do. And let's have some story time, Rach? Take us into Battle 3.
With a slight tremble in her voice, Razra recounts what happened. The flora came to life, stalking me. I incinerated one, but 2 more came. The fight was totally unfair. I would have been fine if they didn't explode. What sort of strategy is that? They're like living bombs. Ridiculous. We tried escaping through this grove, but Rip's leg was hurt. The plants grabbed me, and there was a lady. Razra trails off. Rip presses against her leg, rumbling comfortingly. She must have been a breach mage, but that doesn't make any sense because the Nameless was helping her. They never help humans. Razra glances over at Inko. Not usually, at least. The last thing I remember is sending Rip to... The echoing snap of trees interrupts Razra. As the sound grows in volume, you flee the grove and spot a gargantuan Nameless through the low canopy. The ground shakes and begins cracking under the massive weight of the oncoming army. Breaches open all around and minions rush out, eager to serve their master. Finding whoever captured Razra will have to wait.
Okay, so a Nemesis from the 3 deck is one from... I can't remember quite which one. It's either Shattered Dreams or the Ancients, the 2 expansions that go along with this wave, but don't have any story bits in them. So the Wailing is a brand new one on us. The Wailing brings in a new stack to the market of cracked onyx that will... It's like a crystal, kind of. It gains you money, but you can return it and other cracked onyx back to the thing. Because I imagine the Nemesis is going to be giving us those. Yes, there's a target token as well. The target's on me at the moment. When it unleashes, it's got 50 health. When it unleashes, the player with the target token gains 2 cracked onyx, and then that player passes the target token to the player on their left. During any player's main phase, the player may spend 7 to force the Wailing to lose a Nemesis token, which is going to be important. We're not playing solo. When a player would gain a cracked onyx and the supply pile is empty, you suffer a damage instead. We're going to want to get rid of Nemesis tokens from the Wailing because in 8 turns' time, it's going to shatter. Power 8, for each Nemesis token the Wailing has, Gravehold suffers 9 damage. Then the Wailing gains a Nemesis token. Do not discard this from play. Instead, add 6 power tokens to it. So this is specific to a 2-player one. There's a different one for every player count. So yeah, it's going to happen in 8 Nemesis turns time, and then again every 6 turns. So we're going to want money then, I suppose, to try and make sure we can get rid of as many Nemesis tokens as possible. We always want money for something. Okay, so that's the Nemesis we're up against. I am playing Mazahedron. I've got Under Earth Mantra, so I've only got 4 charges to get my ability. And I can gain a gem that costs 4 or less from any supply pile, and Gravehold gains 4 life, so maybe I can work against that. Just randomly pick these. Rach is playing the new one from the expansion that we've just unlocked, Razra. And so Razra starts with... has got help from Rip, has got some Rip cards in her starting deck to gain some charges, but her special ability lets her destroy one of those cards to gain a better Rip card. That are going to do nicer and nicer things as we go along. Rip's going to hopefully really help her out. And yeah, there we go. That's who we're playing as. And I think, we've got a treasure. The treasure that we've got, after any player finishes resolving their ability... Oh, it's not on. We're in the way, aren't we? After any player finishes resolving their ability, an ally gains a charge. So I thought that might be decent, since we've both got fewer charge points as well. So there we go. I think we're ready to start. So we're going to need... Does my turn order button still work? Yes. And we're going to need then a card. So player 2, that's me, isn't it? Me first. So what's Mazahedron do? I've got a couple of standard sparks. So my treasure card, Rach, it's in your starting hand anyway. But the one I've picked is I can gain a money, or you lose a charge, and if you do, you gain 2. I thought that might all work into it as well. Just to bear in mind, it depends when my turn is, but you might want to buy a charge on your first turn just so you've got one. Just so you've got one to lose to gain more. So my special card, World Heart Shard, I can gain a money or gain 2 ether that can only be used to gain a card. Put the next card you gain on top of an ally's discard pile. So you can have extra money to get a card, but it goes to an ally instead. I could actually spend 4 money then instead of 3. I would like charges, but I can gain 4 money instead of 3. And then I could get, from the market, I think I've only changed to 1 of each type of these, an Entangled Shard, gain 2 money. If you have 3 or more charges, gain an additional money. But that goes to Rach.
Thanks.
Did it say discard pile? Yeah. So it's not going to come out for a while, but Rach has got a bit more money, and hopefully we'll have the charges for that to go off. Unfortunately, though, I've only got 1 place to prep a spark. Maybe should have spent some of that on focusing, but we'll deal with it. We'll handle it. It was your turn.
So what I did was I gained a charge of rip, prepped a spark. That's what I did. Right now I've got 3 money, and I was gonna say I don't know whether to buy a conclave scroll because we're gonna be getting charges a lot, aren't we? Or shall I just buy one? Or shall
I kind of wonder now. I suppose it's good when the supply pile's empty, but I kind of regretted all through that first game ever buying a conclave scroll.
we only got 1, didn't we?
Because
seems
having 2 money.
Only 4.
Because having 2 money would be better. Having 2 money would get you a charge anyway. And when you didn't need a charge, you could spend it on something else. I was kind of thinking. I suppose it's good that you can destroy each other's like starting cards later on, I suppose. And there aren't that many to gain to.
I wonder whether I just buy a spell.
Or maybe some money, since I've already given you a money card. If you get another money now.
I kind of want to buy a volcanic glass with only 3.
Yeah, but there are loads of gems in it that are worth 2 money that cost 3. It's just we don't get to do its fancy extra thing, do we? But I think it's worth.
Okay, sure.
Because the money you buy will go next to the money I gave you as well. And maybe you'll be able to have that 7 money to make it get rid of Nemesis tokens.
Okay, sure.
In all of those things. We'll have to get damage. If I gave you that card, you're the most likely to be able to do it, I think. So who's next? Oh, people are here. The number's just wrong. Oh, the number's coming back now. Right. Nemesis next. So what's the Nemesis going to be up to? Take a power token off Shatter. And Ambush. Unleash. Gravehold suffers 2 damage. A player suffers 1 damage. So 28 on Gravehold. I'll suffer a damage, so I'm going down to 9. And then that attack's dealt with. And next up is going to be me. So I've got a Spark prepped. That will be just 1 damage on the Nemesis. It's only got 50 health, though. Probably the lowest we've had for a while for a Nemesis. I've got a Spark I can prep there. I probably want to get something open, don't I?
Oh, why'd you get fancy sparks?
They're just from the different sets. Yours are from New Age. Mine are from original Aeon's End. So, if I use my Ether Scope, you can lose a charge to gain 2 charges.
Yeah, I will do that, obviously.
Rather than gain the money. And then instead of opening the breach, I will just focus this breach to prep a spark to it. Okay, so that's me. And that's both of my turns, isn't it, for now? Nemesis is up next. So, just sort out my hand. 4, 5. So, a power token's coming off here. And a new card. Onyx Flood, special attack. The player with the target token gains 3 cracked Onyx on top of their deck. That's rubbish. And that player passes the target token to their left. So Rach is now the target. And that's it. At least it hasn't got any minions or anything out just yet. Rach, you're finishing this round for us. Let's go Spark.
Do a spark.
So it's on 48 health.
Right, so what? Oh, just any time we can spend 7.
Yeah.
Okay.
Any player's turn, you can spend 7 money to get rid of a Nemesis token, and it's got 1 Nemesis token on it right now.
So I'll prep this. And then I'll gain a charge with my rip.
Yeah.
And then I've got 3. Now I wonder whether to buy a charge. An upgrade. Hang on a minute, I've already used it.
Yeah, you don't have a card with rip
So
in
no,
your hand.
I won't do that. But now I've got 3 money again.
Maybe if we do actually buy all the scrolls, you say there's 4.
Yeah.
If
I'll
we
buy
do,
one.
there's
then.
5.
Oh, I'll still buy one.
Buy a scroll.
Sure. Just for the charges. Wrap them up.
Okay.
Because even when I've upgraded all I want, I can return all the rip cards to my hand.
Either that you played this turn or in your discard pile, so you could play them twice in a turn if you could get them all together.
So that'll be good later.
Right.
So, spent them. Yep. Yep.
Okay. So new round is going to be Rach. I haven't said in this part.
again.
This is Aeon's -end-randomizer.de is the turn order thing that I'm using. It's great.
So, cast. Shall I save that? Or is it worth it this early? Just cast it.
Yeah, it does extra damage on a minion.
Just cast it.
Hasn't put any out yet. So 47, the boss is on.
So that's going to give me... Can you see everything?
I'll move your camera up a bit.
Yeah.
It can't see very far underneath your player board.
That's going to give me 3 money.
Yeah.
4, 5, 6, 7. Do I just get rid of that?
I'll get rid of the Nemesis token.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Just while I can.
I don't know, it's tempting.
We don't know when that's going to happen again.
Yeah.
It's keyed up. Just do it.
Yeah,
It's keyed
get rid
up.
of the Nemesis token.
It's keyed up. And I'll gain a charge. It's keyed up.
Okay. So next up is going to be the Nemesis. It's always like, it's very early in the game, isn't it, to have 7 money. So, like, it's cool to get a card, but we don't know what it's going to do, really. It might just start gaining Nemesis tokens everywhere. So, Unleash. The player with the target token gains 2 cracked onyx.
Where? Where does it go if we gain them?
If you gain it, they go into your discard pile.
Okay.
If you gain cards.
2.
So mine specifically said, didn't it?
Yeah.
It goes on my deck. Remove a power token from Shatter. If this is the last one, resolve it immediately.
So that's just got rid of 2.
Playing 4 Nemesis turns now. Next is the Nemesis. So, power token. And its first minion, Bane Commander. So, 6 health, and every turn it's going to unleash, and a player suffers a damage. That's both of his turns, though. Next up is Rach.
Right. First thing, I'm going to spend them.
Yeah.
So I can destroy a card with Rip to gain another one that costs 3 more. So that there's like 2 stages to upgrades. So this is the first stage. So I can get that or that.
So focus you.
Now I can either go ham and upgrade both into the same or go even Stevens. So focus a breach seems good. And may destroy a card. Or focus your breach.
My breach, and I gain a charge.
Well, we'll go even Stevens, but which one should I get first? Perhaps that.
Yeah.
I think it's better to go even Stevens.
Yeah, because gaining me charges is going to get me gems, which will help me.
This goes into my
Nemesis
hand
tokens
as well.
Yeah.
So,
And I heal Gravehold too.
focus one of your breaches and gain a charge.
Yeah.
We'll do that.
Oh, is this you resolving your
Yes.
ability? So I gain a charge there as well.
Oh, you're taking that.
Oh yeah, you're not your own ally.
Oh, yeah. And then I'll gain a charge with my Conclave Scroll. Prep that. And then I've got 2 money. I guess I'll gain a charge.
Okay. And then it's me twice, isn't it? So first up, we've got 2 sparks. I think I will attack the Bane Commander there. Knock him down a bit. And for the cards in my hand, see, I've got another spark. Might as well get prepped. And then I've got my So I've got 4 money for myself, or 5 to buy Rach something. I think... Oh, do you know what I can do? Actually, what would happen if I bought a volcanic glass? That's strange, isn't it?
So I would get 2.
Would you get 2, or would...
Because this is
It's
any
my turn,
ally
isn't it?
also
So-
gains a volcanic glass, and so I would get 2 on top of my deck.
You get 1 in your discard pile and 1 in your
Oh
deck.
yeah, okay. Oh yeah.
I'll do that then. The rubidium gets us charges, though.
I think go for that.
Have I got 5? Yeah, I've got 5. I'll do the rubidium because I...
Because actually, I
when
could do
Rach
with
plays that, I can...
both of them not being on mine, because we will need money later on.
Right, so I'll do that.
Oh, I thought. Oh yeah, because you have to buy that for me, don't you?
Yeah. And then when you play that, I can gain charges. So that's my turn, but it's my turn again. So Spark goes off, and I'll do the Bane Commander again. Down to 3 health. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards. And do you have charges, Rach?
I do.
So do I just put all of these back instead of getting any money from them? You got 2 cracked onyx, didn't you?
Yeah.
So I should have this now. I'm tempted to just have 4 money, because they still give you a money
I
each.
think maybe you keep them this time.
Yeah. You lose a charge and you can gain 2. And then 4 money. Because if I gain them as well, they'll go on my discard pile on top of these ones. So maybe that will help. So with 4 money, I can get myself an entangled shard. Maybe I want some attack. I get
What
myself
we
a
need
crescendo
to
ray.
do is beef up money so we get 7 money, buy the consuming void, and then we can damage the enemy while we destroy the onyxes.
Yeah. Maybe some. So it's the if we keep getting charges, the entangled shard is quite nice, isn't it? So it gives you 3 money and it only costs 4. I'll get that for now. And that's my 2 turns, isn't it? So new round is going to be Rach first.
Tis me. Okay, 1 damage, I guess, to the Bane Commando.
Okay, so he's on 2 health.
Whittle him down. So prep that. I can kill him if he's still down my next turn.
I've got nothing prepped, so he will be.
So I've got to use this to gain a charge. Well, I could save it till next turn. I won't. I'll gain a charge.
Yeah.
So I've got 3, 4, 5 money. Oh, I wish I had 6. Spell.
And get a rubidium. And then we get those voids and we destroy our crystals. Maybe that's the thing to go for. The void. Destroy up to 2 cards in your hand and deal 3 damage for every card destroyed in this way.
Because you could also do them.
Yeah.
Because you can destroy them, they just go back here.
Yeah.
So, used all of these.
Done.
Yeah.
Here's the Nemesis. So, power goes away. Unleash. I gain... Oh, I flipped my deck, unfortunately. I gain 2 cracked onyx, and Rach gets the target token. And any player suffers a damage. Do you want to suffer a damage, Rach?
Yeah.
Then we're on 9 each. And then another minion, Ghostly Stalker. Persistent, any player suffers 2 damage and gains a cracked onyx. And then it's me. So I've got nothing prepped, but I have got some spells. Got my World Heart Shard again. So I think I might hang on to that World Heart Shard. But I have 3 money there. So I could focus a different breach, or that one's just open then. I'll just spend my 3. Focus that one, put a spell into it, try and get them all opened later on. And that's just going to have to be my turn. Rach, you're up.
Right, 2 damage to the Bane Commando.
Yeah.
And then I've just got money. So I've got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, do I get the Link Conduit? Which lets me prep 2 spells to my already open breach. I ain't got to worry about that for a bit. Or do I buy the Chaos Art? But I haven't got more than one thing.
Yeah.
I think Conduit. Just so we get to experience that. That's not the end of the turn.
You don't really have to worry about.
So that goes here. I'm going to use my charges to bring back my rip cards. Oh, hang on. Is my other one in there? No.
Yeah.
I forgot they weren't both in there. I'll take that back. That was doing something amazing.
You can always upgrade one next time.
Yeah.
Nemesis. So almost run out of power there. Any player suffers 2 damage and gains a cracked onyx.
I'll go.
Okay.
Although I'll just go. Where's it go? Discard.
And then Needlemore. Greyfold suffers 2 damage.
These are ramping up.
We're into the 2s now. It's the first 2, I think. Okay. And next up is me. So I've got 2 sparks. I think they will go on the Ghostly Stalker because I don't like that. 3 health left on there. And then, in my hand, I've got some crystals. I've got that ether scope. Prep spark. The ether scope is actually no good because Rachel's got full charges.
I did try to spend
1, 2, 3, 4 money. I think I'll go for... Let's go for the Crescendo Race, so at least I've got a little bit more damage because I don't feel like I've got any really. That's me. And that's the end of the round, isn't it? New round. Rach, you're up next. A lot of money next time.
I need spells now. Need to buy some spells. So, this is just an awkward situation. Okay, what about... Because I can't gain a charge. But I could focus your breach and you gain a charge. Do my power to bring that back and do it again.
Is there a 6 cost card?
Well, yeah, there is.
What's the 6? What would the 6
Not
cost
great
card
at the
do?
minute because we've got no open breaches.
Oh.
Any ally may prep a spell in hand, cast up to 2 prep spells prepped by any player, deal an extra damage.
Yeah.
Well, we can't really prep enough spells yet. Any ally gains 2 charges and may destroy a card in hand.
Yeah, it's probably best the
Whereas
way
you
it
could
is, isn't it?
focus 2.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah, and get it back.
I can play it, focus a breach, gain a charge, and then I can return to hand all cards with Rip that I
then you
played
can do
this
it again.
turn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So focus the breach, get a charge,
Yeah.
and then I do it
And I
again.
bring it back, do it again.
And then that's my 3 open. I've
And then
got
I
full
can
charges.
then gain a charge with my Conclave Scroll, so I'm building that up again. Oh, we don't have
That's
to,
okay.
it doesn't matter. Then I've got 5 money, and I really need to buy some spells now. So I've got like 2 spells. So I will buy...
Oh, and you doing your ability gets me a charge.
Yeah.
So she's got loads of
Oh, well.
charges.
I'm going to buy... Crescendo Ray was pretty cool. But I'm going to buy... Yeah, Crescendo Ray, because it's 3 damage into it.
Yeah. Okay. Next up's me. I've got a spark. I'll do that on the Ghostly Stalker again. Do an extra damage to it. And then... So my Entangled Shard is worth 3 because I've got enough charges. So I'll play it now while I have got enough charges. I'm going to just destroy all of these. I can do ones in my discard pile. Oh, that's a good point. It lets you destroy this and up to 1 from your discard pile. I haven't got any in my discard pile right now, but
Good.
I'm just going to get rid of all of those.
I mean, you could spend some of them if you wanted.
Yeah, I just want them gone though. They're stopping me getting to anything. It's 4 in one go. So this gave me 3 money. So from the market, I think I'll get a Thought Form Familiar. Then there's a couple of spells next to each other. And I will... My ability lets me gain a gem that costs 4 or less from any supply pile. So I'll gain this one. And Gravehold gains 4 life, so it's back to 30. And I just did an ability, so Rach gains a charge. And I think that's it. No spells, unfortunately, but that's partly because I had all of those cracked onyx in my hand. Me again. Hopefully I have something this time to prep. A spark. It'll go in with +1 breach then. And then I've got a cracked onyx. I've got none in my discard pile, though, have I? So I've got 4 money or 5 to buy Rach something. 5's a bit awkward with this market, isn't it?
Estimate for yourself.
It's time to just get some charges. Just keep doing that. But we want the 7, don't we? What have I got? 4 or 5 for you? I could get the crescendo right, and then there's another spell, and maybe it'll solve my problem of not having enough spells. Right. So that's unfortunately mine done, though. Nemesis next. So Shatter goes off, but it's got no Nemesis tokens, so 9 damage times 0 doesn't do any damage. But it does gain 6 power tokens back, and it'll go off again. Ghostly Stalker, any player suffers 2 damage and gains a cracked onyx. I'll do that. And then we're even on the stuff. Gravehold suffers 2 damage, so it's back down to 28. And then new thing, Sky Tremor. I'll just leave this up here. It's always the first thing and it's always going to stay there. 7 money to discard. In 1 Nemesis turn, unleashed twice, and Gravehold suffers 4 damage.
If I'm next, I can do that.
Who's next? It's Rach.
So I'll prep this,
Yeah.
gain a charge, which then means that's worth 3. So I've got 3, 6, 7 money to get rid of that.
And I can discard a card
Yeah.
to gain a charge, which I'll do. And we get rid of that power straight away. And then it's Nemesis, isn't it? So that's going to be
Need more spells.
power. The Ghostly Stalker is a massive problem there.
We're not doing enough damage.
2 damage. I guess I'll take 2 damage and another cracked onyx. And then the Needlemore is... The Needlemore's not a problem. He's the problem. He needs to go. I can heal kind of at the rate that he can damage. And then unleash twice. So Rach, you get 2. You get 2. And pass the target to me. And then I get 2. So I'm just kind of flooded with them again now. The player with the lowest life suffers 3 damage. I've got 2 health. Okay, new round. And it's Rach.
1 damage.
1 damage.
Maybe I don't attack him, because you'll kill him, won't you?
Yeah, you've got nothing to prep either of you.
Whereas I could kill the other thing, or damage the other thing, sorry.
You could do, or maybe just the Nemesis.
Yeah, damage the Nemesis then, sure.
46 health.
That map deck is pretty chunky now. I have got a spell to prep. I'm going to attach this to... This can be to any player's breach as well.
Maybe you put it on my 3 breach so I can put 2 things in my +1 breach.
I'm going to return my cracked onyx. So I've got 3 money, so I'll buy a spell.
Oh, just a thoughtful familiar.
Yeah.
Right. So that's turn, isn't it? Next up, Nemesis. So power goes off there. Rach, do you want to take 2 damage and an onyx?
No, not really, but I will.
So I will die. Gravehold suffers 2 damage. It's on 24. And then a new one. Needle Doom. Unleash. Gravehold suffers 2 damage.
That wouldn't be there. Still draw in my hand.
And that's only 1 Nemesis turn. Yep, 1 straight after. So that goes. Rach, do you want to suffer 2 damage and gain a cracked onyx? So Rach is on 3 health.
This is great.
And yeah, and then Gravehold suffers 2 damage. And then Unleash. Rach gains 2 cracked onyx and passes the target to me. And Gravehold suffers 2 damage again.
We'll never do any damage even if we've got spells because our hands are so full of this stuff now.
It's just had a lot of things in one go. Right, Rach.
2 damage on the Ghostly Stalker.
Yeah, just having that, but we couldn't really do anything about it.
Nope.
It just got to go more times than it probably should have gone as a level 1 minion. She got a Crescendo Ray out now. I'll just buy a charge if you got 2 money. Get that happening again. I can heal Gravehold back up.
Yeah.
Right. Turn order. It's me twice, isn't it? So, Spark dealing 2 damage. Let's get this Needle Doom whittled down. And then in my hand, I've got my Crescendo Ray. I've got my Spark. Oh, they can both go there, can't they? And I've got either 2 money or Rach doesn't need to gain any charges, so I will just have this as money and buy myself a second charge. And then we know the last player is me. So, draw loads of cards in this hand. And unfortunately, no Cracktonics in my discard pile to get rid of when they come out now. So, these go off first. So, first of all, this one 4 damage and a money. Keep track of my money. 4 damage and a money, and then it's an extra 2 damage, isn't it? So 6 damage on the Needle Doom. So it's on 4, isn't it? And then I can prep 2 spells to that breach. And on 4, oh, I've got a money, haven't I? So there's 2 money. I will buy a breach. I'll buy a charge. And then I now have 3 or more charges, so these are 3 money each. So 6 money. Short of being... Oh, the Nemesis should have a token on it. That's part of the power card that I didn't do. It has got a power token on it again. So with 6 money, it's tempting to get a Chaos Arc. I think I'll get a Chaos Arc. Get a spell. So that should go before the Tangled Shards. Put that there. And then that's it for this round. New round is me. I'm not ready. So this deals 2/3 damage plus an additional damage for every prep spell. So that deals 4 by itself, which is enough to take out Needle Doom. And then the 2 damage from the Spark can go on the Nemesis itself. It's got 44 health. Then what have I got? I've got my Crescendo Ray going there. Unfortunately, not anything else. I haven't got an Onyx in here, have I? But I will have one next turn. So maybe it's worth spending it. So I can have 4 money on something myself or 5 for something for you. Do you want to get more spells? Do you want me to get you a spell?
Can do. My deck's dead big, though. Everything just gets lost in there.
It's 5 is unfortunately not enough. So we want to get to this void, but the things keep getting in the way. Yeah, I'll get you a Crescendo Ray. So I've got some spells now. So next up is me. Unfortunately, all these turns in a row, but I haven't really built anything amazing to do. No other prep spells, so that still deals 4 though, which I kind of feel like I'm just going to do that to the Nemesis. There's 10 damage done to it. 40 health. And then in my hand, I'm on that. I have 4 Cracked Onyx. How many have I got in my discard pile? Just the 1. I will definitely destroy 1, which lets me destroy 1 from my discard pile. So I've got 4 money, or I could just destroy the others as well. I think I'll destroy 2 of them, and then I've got my ability. I'll activate it, gain the Entangled Shard, and Gravehold gains 4 life, so it's back up to 26. And that's my 2 turns, isn't it? So I'm going to have a bit of a rest now. Nemesis time. Power token comes off. Needle more. Gravehold goes down to 24. And then new card. Unleash. She's Rach. Should it be on you?
Yeah, because it did it twice. It came back to me.
So Rach, you get the Cracked on it. If Shatter has 5 or more, Wailing gains a Nemesis token. No. Otherwise, remove 2 power tokens from Shatter. If this gets the last one off, it happens immediately. So, Shatter happens. It's got 1 Nemesis token. So, 9 damage to Gravehold. Puts it on 15. 6 power tokens go back on Shatter. And Wailing gets a Nemesis token. So, we got to try and spend the 7 to get those off. That's it, though. Next up is Rach. She's got your crescendo.
So 3 damage.
So 37 on the Nemesis.
So you can focus a breach and get a charge.
Yeah,
Or do you think I should upgrade him now?
What's his ability? I gain 2 charges.
You can prep a spell and then cast up to 2 spells prepped by any player. And then deal an extra damage or gain 2 charges and destroy a card.
What was it? Sorry, prep a spell.
Prep a spell,
And
then
then
cast up. I can cast up to 2 spells prepped by any player, and they deal an extra damage, or any ally gains 2 charges and may destroy a card in their hand.
Maybe the 2 charge. I don't really need a breach focusing, do I? Maybe the 2 charges. Yeah. And then when you activate your ability, I get a charge anyway. And then when you play that
gain
card,
2 charges
I
and
get
destroy
2
a
more
card in your
charges.
hand.
And I'm going to destroy a crystal.
And I can gain a charge.
Get to the better cards, hopefully.
And I've got 5 money. You can discard a card to get a charge.
Yeah, I will do that. Because it's the same difference. Like, I'm discarding the card that would get Rach a charge, but if I do my ability, Rach gets a charge. So it'll work itself out because I've got no money to buy a charge. Next up, Rach. A lot of cash.
It's never got any spells. So I get a charge.
How much money have you got though? Could you...
Can't do that.
If you gain the money first though, could you? Oh, it wouldn't be worth it, would it? So what's that? 7 money? That's enough?
Yeah.
Should we get rid of a Nemesis token?
And you can discard a card to get a charge if you want.
I won't. I'm full on charges. And I'd like these cards. So, Nemesis is next, isn't it? So, power token comes off Shatter. Needlemore does 2 damage to Gravehold, but I will heal it next turn I get. And then we have a minion, the Sonic Skinwing. Remove a power token from Shatter, making it happen more and more often. New round. Rach. Is that your draw pile?
Yeah. You should have that now.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Wrap that. And then I'm going to spend 2 for...
Did you gain a charge when I did my ability, by the way?
No? When did you do that?
Oh, I haven't done it yet, have I? Never mind. Prepped. Next up, Nemesis. So power token comes off there. Gravehold suffers 2 damage. Remove a power token from Shatter. Oh, no. Magma Skywing. When a player deals damage to this minion, that player gains a Cracked Onyx, and the player with the target token suffers 2 damage every turn. When we're on 3 and 2 health. Okay, it's looking a bit hopeless. Player 2. That's me. I've got nothing prepped, though. But all I'm going to do on my turn is prep things. That's all I've got in my hand. Oh, no, I'm not. I'm doing this as well, aren't I? I'll do my ability. Gravehold gains 4 life, so it's back up to 15. Rach gets a charge, and I can gain a gem that costs 4 or less. I'm going to just do it, because maybe it'll give me the money to get rid of it. If we could get him down to no charges, that'd be brilliant. It's just difficult. Rach.
So, I'm doing 3 damage.
3 damage. What would you like to do
And
it to?
skin wing, I guess.
This one.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, 4 damage.
4 damage. Got 3 health left then. Okay.
I'm just going to leave.
Nemesis.
Did I spend...
Oh dear. So that goes away. Gravehold suffers damage. remove another power token from Shatter, and then play with the target token, which is me, suffers 2 damage, so I'm exhausted. And then I haven't got that daft rulebook open. Make sure I get all the bits. So I lose a breach, I'll lose my 3 breach, I guess. My 4 breach, I mean. Not the opened one. And resolve the Nemesis Unleash effect twice. So I gain the 2 cracked Onyx. Move it to Rach. She gains the 2 cracked Onyx. Moves back to me. Destroy the breach. And that's it. And then I can't gain life. The damage gets dealt to Gravehold. Instead deal twice that amount. Yeah. So it's still the Nemesis turn. It's still got another thing to bring out. Spend 8 to get rid of this. In 2 Nemesis turns time, unleash twice and someone suffers 4 damage, which would... Well, we could do it to Gravehold, but this is suddenly like... It's not looking good, is it? I think we maybe just got into a point early on where we had too many of those things. It seems very early on, though, that happened. We're only around 7. It got to around 9, didn't it, last time? It's me, though. Can I do anything about this? I do have damage now. So... The Crescendo Ray is 4 damage. I'm not going to have 8 money. Crescendo Ray is 4 damage and gives me 2 money. That's to remind me. I'll deal the damage to the Skin Wing, which means I get a cracked Onyx. And then my Sparks are collectively worth 3. So they can go on this Skin Wing, although the power's still happening on its next turn. Then I'm dead, Rach.
Oh.
Then we have the Chaos Arc. How much money have I got? I've got no charges, so these are 2 each. I've got 5 money altogether. I think then I'll spend 2... Oh no, I've got 7 money. Oh. So then, I do want to open a breach so that Chaos Arc wants adjacent things to happen. But I'll just put them both in here. So that's not an adjacent breach, that's the same breach. But the 7 money gets rid of the Nemesis token, which means he's not going to do the 9 to Gravehold. I unfortunately haven't gained any charges, and there is an 8 money power out there, but I think that's the best thing to do. So that's a round, isn't it? Enter round 8, and it's me again. So, I deal... Well, this one will deal 4 damage, because there is another prepped spell. And then this one will deal 4 damage. Oh, that's really... Because the Skin Wing is on 5. So I either do, like... I could do 8 to the boss, or I deal 8 to the Skin Wing. I get 2 cracked Onyxes. It's just a lot of extra damage, isn't it? But that's dealing direct player damage to me, because I've got the target token. I guess, yeah. If the Chaos Arc could have been put adjacently, it would have done enough damage on its own. What do you think, Rach? Waste the damage and kill the Skin Wing?
I mean, it depends on the turn of the cards, because I could kill the Skin Wing if you do 4 damage to it. But then, that might go first.
I'll deal 4 damage, and the other 4 can go to the boss. And then what's in my hand? I looked. So I've got a Crescendo Ray, and a Spark, and 3 money, or 4 if I buy something for Rach. Maybe gain a charge, because Gravehold needs help, doesn't it? I'm just going to gain a charge and hope. I had the turn order thing up that whole time. Sorry. It's me again. Waiting to be spaced out, so there's something I can do. Right. Oh, all money in my hand as well. That's not good. So 3 damage and a money. Or 4 damage and a money. Which, I wonder if it's wise leaving that out now. I'm going to do it to the boss. The boss is on 29. And then... Oh, this does 2. Should I do that on the skin wing?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's only wasting 1 damage, isn't it, then? I'll do it on the skin wing. That means I get a cracked on... Oh, I took 2 cracked onyxes before, and I shouldn't have. Did I? Yeah, I took 2. I should only have taken 1, and the second one comes in now. Because I was attacking it twice, wasn't I, at first? Right. So what's in my hand now? I don't have 3 charges, but I could get 3 charges, potentially. Rach has already got full charges, so this is just money. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, I'm going to just... Let's not think about it and just get rid of that power. So we don't have to worry about it, because you haven't got 8, have you, Rach?
No.
It'd be nice to get rid of cracked onyxes, but... I think let's get rid of powers. And that's going to be my last go for a while. Rach?
So 2 damage to a minion, or 1 to the boss.
What do you reckon?
Don't know, are we gonna kill that minion or leave it?
I wasn't too bothered about it. Maybe I should be. It's just 11 damage, isn't it? Since I can, if I couldn't heal Gravehold, I would be worried about it.
Okay,
But
1 damage on the nemesis then.
1 damage.
Prep. Return that.
Get rid of another one.
That's getting annoying now because I don't think my rips are in here.
No. I'll do another cracked onyx then and just not have any money this turn. At least it gets rid of that one and another one from your discard, doesn't it? And then you've just got 1 money. Right, so then it did its attack. There were no nemesis tokens, so it did no damage. Needlemore did 2 damage to Gravehold. Now it has a nemesis token, and it will do that again in 9 turns. And its new card is a Maddening Spectre. Oh, that's annoying. That's I was saying this when we were setting up. I don't really remember what any of the stuff from Legacy did. And I don't really remember what these shield tokens are. I think it's just you need to do another couple of damage. Because I left the shield tokens in the box forgetting. I kind of wish I hadn't mixed Legacy in. It's nice to have extra content, but got a lot of content. And I don't... There's no... Legacy should absolutely have come up with a sheet, not wanting to spoil things, that just said, oh, remember, here's all the tokens that we added in this game, and here's what they did. Because I don't remember. It was years ago. Right, that was the Nemesis turn anyway. It's going again. So, power token. Gravehold suffers 2 damage. It's on 9 health. And the Spectre unleashes twice, so I get 2 cracked onyx. Passes to Rach, she gets 2. Passes back to me. And then the new card... Hi Monica, by the way, I don't know if you heard me saying hello. It was you came, maybe it was your arrival that crashed it all. We're back again, everything's alright. Brilliant. Yeah, Monica broke it all.
Oh. Shield tokens get destroyed by 1 attack, regardless of damage.
Oh, yeah, that is annoying. That might make us lose. But yeah, I feel like I might just take Legacy out of the randomizer for future games. Right. Shrapnel Skin Wing. The player with the most cracked onyx in hand suffers 3 damage. Remove a power token from Shatter. It's got 15 health. Like, some of the health amounts they have are wild. Right then, so it's Rach.
No, I can do 7 damage.
Yeah. What would you like to do 7 damage to?
I guess the Skin Wing?
Yeah.
I don't know. You know my usual
That's
thing
8.
of just attack the nemesis.
It's just...
I know.
Yeah,
That's why I'm not saying.
yeah. If you had the most cracked onyx, you would die. We might have lost. from those 2 turns in a row.
So you get 2 charges and can destroy a card in your hand. Excuse me. I can't get
I'll destroy a cracked onyx.
I've got 2 money. Not useful.
Nope.
That's the end of my turn.
That's the end of the round, so we're at the same stage. I think we've lost them. It depends how much cracked onyx you've got in your hand, Rach. So, we've got... thanks for being here, Hans. I wish we did better. So there is that gone. Gravehold suffers 2 damage. Unleash twice, so I gain 2 cracked onyx, passes to Rach. Rach gains 2 cracked onyx, passes back to me. And then the player with the most cracked onyx in hand...
1.
I've got 1, so we can choose either of us. So we should choose me to suffer 3 damage, because if Rach suffers 3 damage, she's got 3 health and we die. So if I suffer 3 damage, Gravehold suffers 6, basically. Gravehold's on 1 health. Remove a power token from Shatter. Okay. And, new card, but still. Unleash 3 times. There we go, we lost. Gravehold suffers 2 damage, so there it is. So yeah, the Spectre didn't really matter that much. It's just 3 turns practically in a row, isn't it? I think the Onyx kind of messed you up early on more. It messed us both up, but yeah, just so many cards. And like, we kept great. I don't think the Needlemore was ever a problem. I think we were right to ignore that. We got it kind of half health again. And we managed to stop it ever really doing... I think it did 1 big attack on Gravehold. We managed to get the money to stop that, but it just overwhelmed us with too much cracked onyx, I think. But there we go. There's a new nemesis to look at. There's the Wailing. And so it's not a spoiler, is it? There are 4 games in an expedition, and we haven't seen a nemesis from this expansion. So the next nemesis is the new one that comes with it.
Should we do the story?
Spoilers. If you consider that a spoiler, next time we will see a nemesis from this expansion. We've seen both of the Breach Mages. I don't know when the cards come out. Maybe they're coming out at the very end. The supply cards.
They might be coming out. I don't know.
I think a few supply cards might have come out right at the top of the deck. Story time.
Stillness claims the willows for a moment as the battle ends. Then the wildlife slowly re-emerges. Razra starts investigating the area, hoping to find anything that might identify the woman from her memory. More glyphs litter this battlefield, you're sure of it now. The nameless are drawn to these glyphs like some sort of beacon. Inko trails behind, examining the dead plants more closely, muttering to himself, "It can't be. I won't believe it." With Razra safe, you expected Inko to be more like his usual self, but he's still staring at the ground, downcast. When he notices you staring, he stares back, as if challenging you to ask what's wrong. Before you can, Razra calls you over. She's found something. Zaxos's insignia is scratched into the ground at her feet. She signals Rip to dig. For a moment, Razra is showered by dirt from an overly enthusiastic Rip, before she gives him a playful reprimand. Near where Rip is digging, the now familiar glyphs radiate brilliantly. You lift various objects from the hole. Horror grips Razra as she sees exactly what's been unearthed. My sister, Mazra, mentioned reading about these priceless objects of power. They are supposed to be locked up back home. New Gravehold is either much less secure than you thought, or there's a traitor among your ranks. Your party stops, deflated. What's Ronmore problem at this point? We'll handle it like all the rest. Razra scratches Rip's head, encouragingly. As you leave with the artifacts, the glyphs fade, as if losing their power. So we've got some artifacts.
Some new treasures.
So we can have Quicksilver. When you cast a spell that costs 2 money or more, you may place it onto any ally's hand instead of discarding it. Once per turn during your main phase, you may spend 9 and suffer 1 damage to place a card in play from the Nemesis deck on top of the Nemesis deck. Suppressing Pin. Once per turn during your main phase, you may discard a card in your hand. If you do, any ally draws a card, and you may add a power token to a power in play. Alchemist's Alembic. Once per turn during your main phase, when you play the second gem or relic that costs 4 or more, deal 3 damage. And Soothsayer's Pouch. Add an additional level 1 treasure to your starting deck using the level 1 treasure rules. Your group can use an additional level 2 treasure.
So some new things to use there, and then looks like maybe a lot of it's going to get unlocked at the end, because I think that's the end of deck 1 that comes with the expansion, and the other deck would be sealed still. I can't remember why I opened it.
Just another beastie.
I think it was just I was trying to check how many battles there were going to be. But there we go. We just assume that we lost the second one and that it carries on into... It just lets you carry on if you lose both. Because, yeah, we are really holding off Legacy of Gravehold for ourselves because we want to go through all of these bits. We've done bits and bobs of the boxes. Haven't played the expansions because I got them when we were going to go through the whole thing and then didn't. Right, so yeah, we've gone all the way through New Age now. We've nearly gone all the way through Into the Wild and kind of caught up on some other things. You know, we would never have seen this because it's not from a narrative expansion. Probably would have eventually, but yeah, don't get. It's only through kind of having it as a stream excuse. Like we probably would have got through. We probably would have got through Role Player Adventures on our own anyway. Probably would have just played a load at weekends at some point. But definitely, Aeon's End. Thanks to streaming it, we get to play it and see some more stuff, even though we kind of got thrashed today. This one wasn't really close, was it? There weren't that many cards left. There was seven more cards, so it beat us a bit earlier than last time. And yeah, we didn't really come close this time. We kind of got a bit lost early on, didn't we? But hey, we'll be back next week with what's coming up, what's winning the vote. I think it's Tapestry and its new expansion. Probably the other expansion included as well. And a few other things. Check on Monday in social media places, and I'll post what is coming up next week. And yeah, we'll probably be back for some more losing Aeon's End on Friday. If the tradition keeps, we'll see how it goes. Thank you everyone for being with us though. What? Was that a good sentence? I don't know. Thank you for being with us for this stream. Thanks for all your support on Patreon and following us and all of that stuff. We are lost in the wild, yes, Monica. Hopefully the stream will not crash as much next week either. Yeah, the advantage of separating them into episodes, I will cut out all of those gaps from when the software fell over. Anyway, have a great weekend, everyone. We'll see you next week for some more streams and things. Some more great games coming up. Say bye, Marty. There you go. We need a microphone on him. He did do a special little wake up purr there. Thanks everyone. See you soon. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.